Well, we lead off today with a warning about a phone scam that likely targets you and your family every single day. The scammers have already defrauded Canadians out of millions of dollars, and now CBC News is uncovering a new way that scammers are using to undermine your defenses. With that, we want to bring in Laura McQuillan because she leads our coverage today. So as we say, an old scam here, but new tactics. Tell us about it.
Exactly. So everyone's familiar with the CRA scam now. It's someone calling you from some random number saying they're calling from the Canadian Revenue Agency. Now those scammers are using real phone numbers. It shows up on your phone and it looks exactly like the phone number from a government agency or from your local police station. And we're hearing that as many as 12, potentially more government agencies may be caught up in this. Whoever's at that other end of the phone is going to tell you something like your social insurance number has been compromised, that you owe the government money, or you might be facing charges for some reason. They might also offer to put you in touch with your local police, and then you'll get another call with your local police station's number where they're going to talk you through some kind of crime-related process. That's exactly what happened to one Vancouver woman, Andrea Van Noord. She lost $6,000 in this scam last week, Michael. She got this call claiming to be from the CRA, and then the woman at the other end of the phone told her about the scam she had apparently fallen victim to, offered to connect her with the local police. She gets a call back and it is from her local police station's number. It's pretty incredible what happened next. Take a listen to what she told us.
They gave me more details as to this high-profile criminal investigation that involved the discovery of a 98 Toyota Camry with a bloodied back seat and trunk, and 22 pounds of cocaine found in a residence, and both the vehicle and the residence were registered with my name. And then they asked me how this might be possible, and I explained to them that my laptop had been stolen on my very first night in Vancouver.
So it's incredible the amount of detail that they gave her about this apparent scam she'd fallen victim to, and that they played off what she told them as well. To get the scam to come to fruition, they told her there was a warrant out for her arrest with charges like drug trafficking and money laundering. They told her if she didn't withdraw money from her bank account within an hour, it would be frozen, that she needed to go deposit it into a Bitcoin machine for safekeeping. That's how she lost the money. And right through this, those scammers stayed on the phone coaching her about what to do. Now, red flags did come up for her. She thought, maybe I am being scammed, but they went out of their way to reassure her as well. Here's what those fake police told her.
While I was waiting, it occurred to me to ask how I was to know that this wasn't itself a scam, and the person just said, look at the phone number I'm phoning you from, and I checked and it was the Vancouver Police Department, and they said again that they'd given me their full name and badge number and that this was just, kind of what it was.
So it's so realistic. So many Canadians are already falling for this. It's so much more sophisticated than that CRA scam that people have known about for a couple of years now. She did contact the police, but they said there's not much they can do to help get her money back. Same with thousands of other Canadians who've lost some $17 million so far. Yeah,
that's heartbreaking for those that have been victimized. And, it's not only this new tactic, but there's almost this new aggressiveness about these phone scams. And I have to share with you, because we've been asking our viewers to share with us stories. And we get this story from Don Chulavit, and he actually works for Canada Border Service Agency. And he says, I work for CBSA and actually received one of these phone scams calls on my desk phone. I had some fun with them before letting them know who they called. Click. So obviously, he can protect himself. He knows that these scammers are out there. He knows that they're using falsely names of government agencies. But what if you are not working for the government? What if you are trying to protect yourself and up against these new tactics? What do people need to do to protect themselves?
And that's the difficulty, right? If even government agencies are getting calls purporting to be from their own agencies. So the advice we're hearing is think twice before you certainly give anyone money, before you give away your social insurance number. If you get a call from someone you don't know and it's alarming, it's threatening, there's a sense of urgency behind it, here are some suggestions from the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre about what you should do.
Take 5 minutes to think about it. Do not react right away. Go with your gut. If something doesn't sit right with you, go with your gut. Call friends and family members to confirm. Tell other people that you've got this call. See what other people are saying about this.
And one other piece of advice, of course, don't rely on caller ID to identify who's on the other end of the line, because as we're seeing today, you can't trust that it is who they say they are.
Okay, Laura, thank you for that. Before you go, though, what's the federal government saying about all this now?
So they have come out with multiple agencies saying we would never do this. Some 12 agencies at least caught up in this, but they're posting messages, warnings on their websites. This is one from the Canadian Border Services Agency, and it says in it, people claiming to work for the CBSA are contacting victims to lure them into providing personal information. This is a scam. They say they'd never request your social insurance or credit card number. Of course, we know another government agency is working on getting these calls blocked. It's told telecommunications companies they've got till December 19th to come up with a way to block scam phone calls. However, there's a catch there. They will only be obviously fake numbers. So if it's a normal 10-digit number, like your local police station, like a government agency, it won't be blocked, which is a new headache for them trying to police this.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for that. We'll
You're
speak
welcome.
again. Now, we're going to stay on this story. Not only will we speak to Laura again, but we're also asking you to get involved with us this morning. Have you ever received any type of scam phone call from the CRA or any other government agency falsely using their names? Tell us your story. You can email that to us at morninglive@cbc.ca. You can also tweet us your story at CBC Morning Live.